welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss about the traffic engineering. So if you remember that branch 1 and branch 2. So if a branch 1 wants to communicate with branch 2 LAN sites, it has two different paths. One is branch 2 device 1, another one is branch 2 device 2. So if I go to my branch 1 and if I say that 10.20 dot maybe 20, because I am running multi topology, so VPN 10 will be hub and spoke. So VPN 20 will be mesh. So I will be checking on this one, VPN 20. So 10.20.202.10. If I want to reach this prefix, I do have four different paths. One is going via 202, that is branch to device 1, via the business internet, via the MPLS. Similarly with 212, that is branch to device 2, I can go with business internet and MPLS. Now the thing is that whenever the traffic is going on, for example, the traffic will go via this device, and there is very much possibility that the traffic will be returned via this device. Again, SD-WAN can route the traffic. That's not an issue because SD-WAN itself is a stateless. So it is stateless means it does not keep any records of that one. So incoming and outgoing. So once the traffic has been received, it has been processed, forwarded to it, and if the router decided to send the traffic to the different device, it can go ahead and process. But we want to keep things like an stability, like an active standby thing. So what I want to do is that I want to configure my topology in such a way that whenever they are trying to reach the LAN access, always they have to take the branch 1, and they should also have the branch 2. So branch 1 will have 202 and 212, both of the routes, but it will do the preferred. So we will make 202 as a preferred, that is branch 2 device 1 as a preferred one, and this one will be kept as a backup. It will still be in the routing table, but it will not show. So it will be in the OMP table. That's not a problem. But when we see the routing table, 202 should only be visible. So firstly, what I will do is that first I will go and check my routing table. So let me show IP route, and you see that 10.20.202 I do have 4, and you can see that 202 it's coming with 202 as well as 212. I should receive all the 4 routes in the OMP, but when I see my IP routing table, I should see that 202 has been given preference to it. Okay, let's go ahead and configure that one. Alright, so let's go to the vManage. Let's go to the configuration policies, and let's go to the custom options, go to the topology. So last time we have created the Europe multi-topology. I will copy that one, and I will say that this one will be multipath. So I'm going to modify this topology now. So let's modify the multipath. So what we have done previously, that's all good. Now, what I want to do, I want to create a preference for it. But here you see that I have defined branch 1 and branch 2. I'm accepting the T-logs. So what I will do, I will remove it, and I will say only branch 1. So currently data center 1 and branch 1, we are accepting the T-logs. That's not a problem. Now let's set the preference now. So what I am matching the originator who is sending the route, that is 100.0.202. I am accepting the T-log. I am also setting the preference as 500. So the more the number, it will be preferring the same thing. Same thing next. Match originator, that should be 100.0.0.212. That is branch to device 2. Action will be accept, but the preference will be 400. So instead of defining site 2 and branch 2, I am taking individually and I am defining the preference. So it's like a T-log preference we are setting up. So currently on the routing table, we can see that there are four different routes coming in. And also if I say do show OMP routes VPN 20 in tab, because we are looking at the VPN 20. So whenever you see that these two, all of them are like CIR, CIR and CIR. So C means chosen, I means install, R means resolve. That means when it is CIR, it will be installed in my routing table. So that's why I'm seeing these four different routes. Alright, so let's go ahead and click on save control policy. That's all I did. I have changed the branch 1 TLOC, branch 1 and 2 to only branch 1 TLOC. Then after that, the branch 2 originator TLOCs, I have set the preference. For the 202 I have preference 500, 212 I have the preference 400. That's all. Save control policy. Let's go to the control policy. Let's copy the existing one. That should be CP version 9 and copy. Okay, let me copy once again. That's fine. Copy. Now let's go and edit the version 9. Let's go to the topology. So we already have this one, so we will just detach it. Import the existing one, the one which we created, that is multipath. Import it, go to the policy application on the multipath, apply it for the branch 1 and 2 and click on add and save the policy. So let's activate the policy now. So once that is been activated, instead of if I say show IP routes VPN 20 in a tabular form, and you see that it's already been, I'm seeing only 202. I'm not seeing 212. So before what I was seeing 202 and 212, both of them, but now I am seeing only 202. But if I say show OMP routes VPN 20 tab, coming to 202, you see that I am installing the routes which are coming from 202. I'm also accepting the routes which are coming from 212, but I am not installing in my routing table because it's only been resolved. That's all good. It's a valid route, but we are not installing in the routing table, as you can see above. So whenever the traffic now goes in, so whenever the VPN, so this one should be VPN 20. So whenever the VPN 20 is trying to communicate with this site, now it will be going via the branch to device 1. So if I go to my monitoring, networks, branch 1, troubleshooting, stimulate flows, select VPN 20 and select the destination 10.20.202.1. Okay, or otherwise 202.10, because that is the VPN 20 router, edge router, and you see that I am going via the. Now if I go back to policy and if I activate the previous one, so I'm activating the old policy which we saw the four routes over here. So I'm activating that policy. So let it push. Then after that I will go back to monitor again, network, again going to the branch 1, scroll down to the troubleshooting, stimulate flows. This time again I will do the same thing, that is going to 10.20.202.10, which is my router, not the edge device. And you see that it's going via the 212. It's preferring 212 first, then the 202. But we have four different parts. So once we go to the policies, activate the new policy. Now we should see only two paths, and that is only going via the branch to device 1 because we have given the preference as 500. Alright, that's been pushed. Let's go to the monitor network, go to the branch 1. Again, let's go to the troubleshooting, click on stimulate flows, let's go to the VPN 2020, and this one will be 10.20.202.10 and stimulate flows, and now you can see that it's going via the 202 only. So now it is on active standby mode. Now active is this one. This is the one which will be forwarding and receiving the traffic and forwarding the traffic, and other one will be on a standby until this goes down. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.